check. Okay, boy, we got all kinds of stuff to cover here. And I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try and do this in short order. Let's delete everything. Start there. Delete everything. Turn that VWAP off. Um, oh God, there's so much to cover. 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 Um, let's see here. God, I'm just trying to decide, do I want to hop straight into here or should we do some more? Yeah, we'll probably hop into there. Let's hop into there first. Let's hop into there first. All right. So, let's see. I'm just going to throw on the most relevant things I see first. Is this supply? Obviously low. Um, Nothing. We're gonna have to talk a lot about external market structure today. Nothing on the this. There's so much to talk about on this leg right here, being external to any leg that would develop here, right? That being external to it, we haven't broken anything externally on that leg, which means this low is still weak, right? So, cool, awesome, neat. Um, Now, that doesn't necessarily mean just because that we have not broken anything over here that price isn't going to go up, right? So, we kind of have, I guess, why am I saying that? Because as I start to plan long trades in this area of price over here, we need to be aware that external market structure hasn't broken and there's still supply above us, right? That I guess that's why I'm mentioning that. So, so really, we know that externally market structure is bearish and in a downtrend and blah, 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 the low's weak, yada, yada, cool. But we still have a leg of price that is developing higher lows and higher highs internal INT to this leg over here, right? Internal to that. Can we trade that? Sure, why not, right? Sure, why not? um, and I think I'm right there with Alex. Like I think he was just looking at this right here. I would say, yeah, yeah, for sure. Now, I would I would want price to come here before it comes here. I don't want it to come here and then come here. Um, Ideally, I do not want that to happen. No, I'd like to trade this up to here. That would be ideal, right? So that's going to be yeah, that's definitely going to be one. So let's see if you cover that low and we stretch that to a 3R, we're going to be more than 50% of the way through this range, which is totally doable, right? Like I mean, there's nothing that says that this has to fail, right? There's nothing that says that or that this has to work. If it were to work, I wouldn't want to see us go more than 50% of the way through it, right? Just this guy right here. I'll use that to further substantiate my claim that I don't want it to go completely through supply if supply is meant to work. But it could fail. It could fail. So, what do I mean by that? I mean that this trade right here, you may not end up getting a 3R out of. If that were to work, you just may not get a 3R out of it. And as a matter of fact, didn't want to delete it. If we let's say we come down, we tap this guy. Let's say no, I mean let's while we're at it, let's dream. Let's say we actually form some sort of structure coming down here, and then tap this guy, and then run up to this high, and then we start coming up into supply. If you see something like that occur, even if it's on the 5 minute, I wouldn't care if that occurred on the 5 minute in here. I wouldn't care. But if I see it on the 5 minute here, I'm gonna likely pull a ripcord on that. So, all right, so that's one thing I want to talk about directly here. First thing I'm going to do about this is I'm going to set an alert at 55,480. So let's get that there so we don't miss that. Let's get this little fib off of here. That's messing this up. And then I'm going to put a horizontal ray at 57,150, and I'm going to create an alert there as well, once per bar. Actually, I'm going to put a name on this alert. It helps me. It helps me. Supply getting tagged. That helps me. So when it comes across in my iWatch, I know what alert is what. And we'll do the same thing here. We'll put a little comment in here that says like local demand tapped, possible long. Cool. All right. So we got that. And then, essentially, yeah, I can't not plan a short trade here. I can't not do that. And on that short trade, I would ultimately be targeting 48. Um, yeah, I would ultimately be targeting 48. I do believe there are ways in which you're going to be able to refine this because I mean, look, that's a 3.37. Cool, that checks that's at least what I need it to be, is a 3.37, or I'm sorry, a 3 hour trade. But a 3 hour trade on a 14% move, I think we can do better than that, right? um, Examples would be if it were to come all the way up into the 50% of the range, right? Well, then maybe we can get the entry up here a little bit higher. You see how that already starts to like double the risk to reward right there. So this is just a placeholder. My goal will be to refine an entry in this, and reduce the gap between here and here, because let's do this. I haven't done this in a little while because of this. Can can it's like there? Boy, that template. It's like a template of text, but it really doesn't. It doesn't like read very well. Spaces out kind of funny. Can't tell what line starts right. But that will be that this right here. This will be why I'm looking to refine between these. That is very important to me. So, anyways, blah 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 blah. Okay, so there's a couple of things that hop out to me locally. Um, yep, yep. Yep. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say about this. Yeah. So I said, cool. If we could get into here and then we come up into supply, and I see like a 5 minute shift in supply, then I'm going to go, oh, that's a problem. I might be looking at the activation of this idea. Um, because things are in such a discounted setting, I will actually give the same caution for this short. I'm actually going to give the same caution for that short. So in the event that we um, continue a fairly strong initiation above this high right here, then this is going to form demand, right? And then if this starts to crawl down, so say it reacts off of supply, you lose the 5 minute, it's marching back down, and you're going, yay, I'm a hero, awesome, I'm doing so great. But then it comes back down and you see it shift back again out of here. Then you may be looking at, well, here's what my fear would be. My fear would be that demand is still in control and not supply, right? And that you would still be just following this leg of price at that point, right? this leg would have its continuation. So this is why after significant drops, I find that trading is for me, for my style of trading, it's just a little bit more difficult in environments like this because things are in a bearish trend. We have external market structure we have to be aware of. We have weak lows below us. All of that is true, but price is ultimately in an extremely discounted setting. So regardless of all that, the people that are just looking to buy some fucking Bitcoin, they don't care, right? They don't give a shit about that. They're buying some Bitcoin to hold it for a couple of years or whatever their plan is, right? None of this matters to them. They don't care about any of this. Um, so that's kind of what I'm feeling about that right there. You know, and I'll just say it again. This I believe that can be refined if that were to work, right? Now I still have so much more to talk about here, but I'm going to take a moment and see what the hell I missed in chat. Let's see. Seymour Liddy, good morning. Abule. Oh, you two here's an artist. 15-minute S&P. Good morning. Ahoy. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Hey, gang, how everyone doing? Who got wrecked last week? Not me. I did not get wrecked. Anthony Soprano, good morning. Reapers, top of the morning. Alex, cheers. Alexandra G, cheers. We'll take a look at yen. We'll take a look at yen. Am I on Twitter? I think I am. Like I have that app. I believe I'm on there. I've never posted. Like technically speaking, I'm like on whatever. I'm on social media. I post nothing. I post nothing on social media ever. I think in 10 years I may have made two posts across three platforms. Hit weekly low. Yes, I agree. All right, Lisa B, welcome on in. Good morning. All right, so yeah, we will see more. Well, here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to load. We're going to load yen up over here, JPY, and let's go to Forex and let's pull it up on Yuanda. That way we have it loaded up, and hopefully that'll help me not forget about it. Okay, I got more. I just want to do some more like top-down kind of analysis. I don't think any of these drawings are going to get in our way, so we'll probably leave those there. And let's hop out to the daily. Let's turn volume off and let's get this nice and cleaned up. Um, okay, so was hoping for maybe a potential bottom off of this guy, SFPing this guy. Um, didn't happen. Oh God, there's so much to say. There's so much to say. Okay, cool, whatever. We went lower than that. Keep moving, right? Keep moving. Where was the next demand range at? The next demand range started right there. Ooh, what do we know? What do we know? What do we know about that? Okay, cool. So that's a good look, right? Now we need to start talking about external market structure. So as much as I was referring to the external market structure of this leg right here, it's going to look like crap on this time frame, but that leg right there, having not been broken yet, we have not broke the external structure of that. Well, we got to keep aware of this external structure over here as well, right? Which we have not broken that either. Okay, I will say this again because I know I have somebody new on the stream today. The most bullish variety of price action comes up from somewhere, the depths. What doesn't matter what time frame you're reading on. It comes down, it sweeps a low, it sweeps a low, and then it comes up and cracks the high. As long as I want all of this to be true, as long as we don't break anything externally over here. Where did my drawing tool go? This, I like all of this as long as in doing so, it didn't break anything here. Let's give an example of what that would look like if it did break something there. So we come up, boom, we come up again, and we start crawling down, we start crawling down, we start crawling down, right? So this kind of can present a little similarly if we come up and break out of that, but we took out an external market structure point, right? So that's a different presentation than what we have currently. Currently, external market structure of this leg is still intact, and that's good. Okay, that's good. Um, let's see, other things I want to say on the daily chart. Other things I want to say. I think there's only a couple more. So if I were to look at this as a range of price from here to this low right there, and let's flip this over to range, and let's go into settings, and let's get on the 25 and the 75. Um, then this range of price right here, this is your premium price. We'll use red for that. I think we saved a template for red. And this is your discounted price, right? That is your discounted price. We'll do green on that. I did green. Please make it green. Are we in the premium or are we in the discount? Well, I would say it's pretty clear that we are in the discount of this range of price, right? Um, Cool. So, have not broken external market structure, have finally come down to mitigate something that we left behind, including that right there, have achieved discount, have not broken external structure. Um, I got no problems with any of that stuff. Let me continue to build my case, okay? Let's get rid of this stuff. Let's get rid of this stuff. Last time we come down on the daily chart to challenge this low, do we close below that low? No, we don't. What happens? It makes an attempt. This high had a job to do. Its job was to take out that low. If it does not succeed in this job, it's going to try and send price back to take out the point that returned it to. Did it succeed in that? No, obviously it didn't, right? Obviously it didn't. But low of the range, discount, external intact, big lift, right? Big lift. Okay, let's do the same thing with where we're at currently right now. Last swing low. Is that a break below it? No. Does that indicate weakness at this high? Yes. Yes, it does. Yes, sir, it does. So, are there are there shorts to be had? Yes. Can price go lower? Yes. But it's just important to keep all these things in mind, right? It's important to keep, for me, I keep all this shit in mind. If we drop again, if we drop again, um, then I'm going to say, yeah, maybe 50% of the way into. I see. Here's what I'm going to say. Let's call it 45K. Let's call it 45K. Where's the price label? 45K, wherever you're at, in and about that zone. That'll have to be close enough for me. I don't personally see us coming down any lower than 45K without all hell breaking loose. No, I don't. I don't. I don't feel that that is the case. No, I really don't. I mean, if it comes down lower, it's going to be like a skosh, right? But yes, that's kind of where I'm at on like if you just step out and kind of look at the daily chart. That is where I'm at on that stuff. Let's see here. Haven't looked at the DXY in a while. We'll go look at the DXY. Why not, right? And then we're going to get back into BTC, and we're probably going to put a whole lot more ideas on that chart. DXY. All right. Is it doing what it was supposed to be doing? Yes, it is doing what it was supposed to be doing. It's doing exactly what it was supposed to be doing. We lost this low. We went to the next low. We have not lost this low. So quite likely we could see a march back up into the next supply range. And for me, the DXY is stuck between, let me get this little doodle bug off here, this low and this supply. Lose this low, visit the next low at 100. Hold this low, which is what looks like we're currently doing, visit supply up into the region of like 104 or so. Uh, Now this JPY thing, I don't know. So we're going to make a correlation of Bitcoin on this. Let's do that real quick. So a couple of things that I would say about the JPY, because I did take a peek at this earlier, is the external market structure. Okay. Why does my volume keep coming on? I don't want it, right? So the external market structure is still this. Really, it's still that on a larger macro sense, right? Um, with initiation above that high, creating demand here. We have not gone as low as 50% into that demand. 50% into that demand is going to be about that low right there. And I think that this chart is bullish unless it loses that low at 140. That chart still presents bullishly to me. Now, you can say, well, wait a minute, we just lost this low right here. Fair, but that low is an intrabar low, or it's like an internal low to this range of price right here. It's internal to that still. So, I mean, this could be the early signs that this thing does want to make a significant climb down, maybe, all the way back into a range like 118, right? This could be the early sign, but because um, when structure breaks from left to right, expectational order flow is a higher low for a higher high, right? Price is allowed to return as low as here to maintain its bullish stance. So it can come all the way down to whatever this is, 140, SFP this low, and still maintain its bullish structure. So those are kind of some of the things that I don't know if I've ever looked at this chart. So those are just some of the basic things that hop out to me. Having said that, can we overlay BTC on top of this? How do we do that again? We do this. And we wanted to make some sort of a correlation. Did I do it wrong? I thought you hit the plus button here. What am I like tripping, bro? What am I? Apparently, I don't do this. Oh, there. Why is it up there? Why is it up there? Because that does me no effing good. What am I going to do with that? Am I going to go to logarithmic? Is that going to help this? Maybe we go to logarithmic. But it's like all the way down there. Okay, fine, whatever. Whatever. Then what we're going to do is get that out of my way. We're going to take Bitcoin off of this chart. We're going to blow that back up, and then we're going to flip this chart to Bitcoin. Sorry, I haven't looked at chat in a while, so bear with me. Maybe we don't use that chart. Maybe we use this chart. Let me look at the 1 week. All right, so the kind of the bear market low matches up with this low. Get this out of the way. So where was that again? Let's zoom it in. So bear market low here, we rise up, come down, rise up, come down. Yeah, I can see the correlation there. I can see the correlation there in the just like kind of the general movement of this flow right here. Um, it's not nearly as that. It's not nearly as. This is way more of a drama queen than BTC is because BTC would have to look like this to be a complete correlation, um, and it would actually needed to have come from down there to be a more accurate correlation. But I understand the correlation between here and here and maybe this. I get that. But I will reiterate in saying that I don't see anything bearish on this chart, and I don't see anything bearish on this chart yet. I don't see anything bearish on either of those. Let me go see if I missed anything on the chat box. No, I haven't. Cool. So we continue to move. We continue to move on and rock the mic. All right. So, for anybody living under a rock, Buffett sold all of his Apple and went into cash. What does that tell us? That tells us that the old Buff is expecting significant market corrections and wants liquid assets on hand to buy them up. Okay, so Apple takes a bit of a tumble. Nothing alarming yet, simply coming back down into demand. Nothing too alarming, but did take a tumble. Let's take a little peek see at the NQ, or is there another one prior to that? The ES. Um, Yes, not so much of a correction, just kind of tapping back into this demand range here. Nothing about this reads lower highs and lower lows yet. Yeah, all structure still intact. Yes, sir, all structure still intact. That looks good. Let's pop down to what are we going to do next? We're going to do the NQ. I think finally did get back into. No, it wasn't NQ. It was NVIDIA is the one I'm thinking of. So NQ again, same stuff, little correction, but market structure externally still intact. Even especially even your more swing-like structure, all that's still intact. Cool. Nvidia finally went back down into the place where I was saying like months ago. I'm like, man, if Nvidia ever went down in there, I would long the piss out of that. Yeah, well, it did it. It looks like it's kind of bouncing up out of there, huh? Yeah, closing that gap. Cool. So I would say broadly, some of those high caps in the stock market took a little bit of hit, but nothing that could break the external market structure. No different than BTC. Took a little bit of a hit, nothing that could break the external market structure. Brew, what is your expectation about the long weekly wick we have now? Will it get filled? So I'm gonna presume you're referring to BTC. We're gonna flip it to the weekly chart, and so yeah, here's what I'll say about that. Let me go to a blank chart. Let me go to a blank chart, maybe Coinbase. Yeah, what a drama queen. Here's what I'll say about that. In order to be valid weekly market structure, we need two bullish candles followed by at least two bearish candles in order to consider this a high on the weekly chart. In order to consider this a low on the weekly chart, we need at least two consecutive bullish candles. So, what do we have? We have valid weekly market structure. What did it do on the previous swing low? It looks like it wants to fail it. This high had a job to do. Its job was to take out the low that created it. If it fails at its job, it is bad at its job and should, in theory, be sent back to the high that created it. That's what I think about that. Do we need to fill it? No. Will we fill it? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, maybe. I can still see so I've made my case for price being in a discounted setting. I've made my case for an SFP of the low. I've made my case for external market structure over here still being intact. Now I'm going to make a slightly different case that will have a little bit of a contradictory vibe to it. We did not perform a proper accumulation of the asset in this area, which to me was super sus in its ability to come back and take out the high that created it, right? Um, okay, what do I mean? We came down and we just rolled up. Low still intact. Okay, well, we've come down and we're just rolling up, leaving that low still intact. So as much as I want to see it SFP. Let's see, what is it? It's Tuesday, right? Is it Tuesday? It's Tuesday. So this is what we need. We need the price to come from to form a proper accumulation. We need price to bounce off of supply, come back down, challenge the low one time. Give me a one time, two time, no, just one time, challenge the low. And then maybe come back up, do one of these. We need this to occur this week. to give us a proper accumulation model to form a nice low that can give me a confidence that we can come back and take out a swing high. There is still enough time left in the week to form something like that, in which price may, then price just has to close back above 53,500, right? So say it comes up, hits supply, comes back down, sweeps the low, forms one more hump here, and then closes above. I'm sorry, this is probably messy. Let me do a better job here. I'm going to do a better job. I'm going to do a better job. We're going to make this nice and pretty for everybody. I'm going to stop being so lazy. All right, so that low. Okay, so we come up into here. Give me this. Maybe we reject. We sweep the low one more time. We come back up. I would be even happy. No, maybe right here. And then we close the week out right here. Where's my arrow? We close the week out maybe right here. Friday. Look at that. That's Friday. So somewhere around in this zone, we close the week out here, right? That would then, this type of a circumstance would then place demand right here, and we would have the ability to come back in to that demand, come back up, actually break in external market structure by doing so, retap demand, and off to the races. That would be in Model 2 accumulation. Model 3, you're going to have to take this low a third time. But there is still the possibility to form a Model 2 accumulation and have a weekly close that will appear as if an SFP occurred on the weekly chart. That is still possible to perform. We've got enough time left in the week to do it. So that'll be cool if that happens. What else am I missing? Probably 1,000 altcoins because those charts are banging right now. Let's go. Nope. I know what I'm missing. We're going to go back and we got to put more ideas on the Bitcoin chart. And I got way more to look at. Still. Can we fit it all on this chart? We're going to try to. All right, so we're going to go out to the 8-hour structure. This is generally about what failed that made this happen, right? This kind of thing happened. So 8-hour can come up significantly and still put in a lower high for a lower low, right? Now, it's not going to be good if that happens. That ain't going to be good. But it's possible, right? It's possible. So, um, you know, come to think of it, I don't know if we need any of these other short positions on the chart today. We got a week to put these on here. I was going to go about identifying all the unmitigated uh, supply throughout this area. I don't know if we really need to. Maybe we'll get a few more on. So this is basically your 8-hour market structure right now. Reads like this. It came up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, break. One huge leg right there, right? One huge leg. Um, so to change this break, one of two things is going to happen. Failure on this low will make this high weak again. But outside of that, price is going to have to come all the way up here and break this high to change this. But not really, because failure on the low that created the high. Sorry, I get ahead of myself. That's not what we're doing. We're not blabbing about market structure. We're going in here to like this should be sufficient, whatever. No, we'll go to the 1 hour. And we're going to put some more unmitigated demand ranges on here. We're going to get some price labels on them. I meant to say supply ranges. So that has not been mitigated. That was mitigated well. This was not mitigated here. Boom. It's huge. It's so huge. So we'll just put a couple refinements on that guy really quick. I remember this clearly. There's still liquidity right here. Give me my proper tool. We still have some liquidity from this area to this area. We'll get that label back on it. Boom, 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 boom. All right, that's there. And then I'll put some price labels on here. So those are still areas in which price could return to And so here's I'm going to do my best to explain this. So bear with me. I'm going to do my best here. Price can return to any of these areas, right? Um, can come back up into here, or here, or here. You will see things like breaks of structure on the 1 hour, maybe the 4 hour, whatever on that leg. But your higher time frame market structure is still going to look like this. Okay, so yes, you may start breaking lower time frame external structure, achieving zones like this, but your higher time frame external structure can still present like that. So we'll leave those on there for now. Just making the bearish case and the bullish case. We've got a little bit of a long idea plan there. Absolutely 100% have to be interested in a long off the low. And that long, the target on this long is going to be wherever the high forms. So if it forms here, then that's the target. If it forms, I don't know, up here, well, then that's the target. If it forms up here, then we'll reassess. So that is going to be another long trade idea. Come on now, mo now, mo now. Bum 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 bum. Let's see this. I was about to delete this line because I was like, "What is it doing?" That's already been mitigated. Why is that on my chart? It's where. Let's put a label on here. We want to see a weekly close above this line. Thanks. Do a please and thank you. There we go. Now I know I have that line on my chart. All right. Yeah, I can explain. Let's see. What you expect? Okay. Reaper says a question about accumulation and distribution models. I can fly through that really quick. Okay. So price is coming. Price is coming up. It's coming up, and then it kind of starts to stall a little bit. Okay. So two things. Let's put one more hump on here. We'll do it this way. Okay. So main things you want to pay attention to is where is this occurring? Is this occurring at some giant previous swing high that it's interacting with? You need to know that information. Is this occurring inside of some big box of supply, right? Those are information you need to know. Where is this occurring? Okay. Always ask this question first. I don't care if you're looking at the weekly or the 5 minute or what. Where is this occurring? What am I specifically referring to? This break was 6%. This break was 5%. This break all of a sudden was like 0.5%. So if you come back up into this and try and tap it a third time, or if this leg here formed supply on the way down, get back over there. If this leg formed supply on the way down and your price is now coming back to either interact with this supply or this high, pay attention. What could be happening here is distribution. Okay, this could be distribution. Why does price present like this if it is distributing? Because in order, a market maker's job is to generate liquidity. Okay, their job is to generate the liquidity. So they need to have people going long, buying, buying, buying. They need people buying what they are selling. Okay. They can't just dump it all in one go and walk away. Doesn't work that way. There's a concept called slippage, right? And you will get wrecked on it. Or, I mean, maybe not wrecked on it, but they need to slowly start to offload into buyers. Okay, that's why it will present this way often. Um, so really a model one distribution is simply that you have formed a high, you kind of sweep that high, but don't break it with confidence. Nothing like you have over here. Something significantly less. And then you sweep the high one more time, making a 1, 2, 3. Set a high, sweep it again. These guys, um, these buyers sold to these sellers, sold to the, anyways, blah, blah, blah. So that is a model one distribution, right? A model two distribution simply comes off of your last point of supply. What did we just have on our last Bitcoin top? A model two distribution. I don't know if I still have it charted, but we could pull it up and take a look at it. I could steal it out of my Discord channel. Now, just invert this and not logarithmic, invert this, and you're looking at accumulation models. Same principle. Model 2 comes off the last point of what would, in an inverted scenario, would be demand. Model 1 is a third tap on the low. It's just the easiest way I can explain it. Do I still have that? Do I still have that chart? Well, first of all, I should probably invert this again, or uninvert that. It was like on the Binance chart. Is it this Binance chart? Yeah, that right there, this guy. This guy here. Do I still have the illustration? Did I delete the illustration? Nope, there it is. Let's drag that over here. Let's make it a little bit smaller, and let's go back down to maybe the 2 hour. Where did my drawing go? Where are you? There we are. Boom. Okay, make it a little bit smaller still. Bring it in here. Zoom on in. Spread it on out. Come on, stop with that. Want this. Okay. Okay. All right. Maybe we put it underneath. Maybe that's going to be easier. All right. So, um, price forms the PS, which is your psychological high. Then it forms a buying climax. Then, after your buying climax, you come down, you get what's called an automatic reaction. Your automatic reaction takes you up to your ST. ST stands for selling tail. Selling tail takes you below the automatic reaction. That is your sign of weakness in phase B. Then, what you have next is your up thrust. Okay, this is your up thrust during distribution. That's this guy right here. In this circumstance, price curls down and puts in the UTAD, which is your up thrust after distribution. Price curls down, does not take out the sign of weakness in phase B, puts in the UTAD, comes down, places your break. Then you have your LPSY, last point of supply, last point of supply, boom, boom, your sign of weakness, which is this guy down here. And that's kind of how it can present on a Bitcoin chart. I've seen many of these. But this is a model one distribution where you have 1, 2, 3 taps on the high. 1, 2, 3 on the high. Model 2 distribution would have, instead of coming off of this high, it would have come down and rejected off some manner of supply in here and then put in, its last points of supplies and its sign of weakness down there. So that's the best I can offer for you today on accumulation and distribution models. Thanks, Nick. I appreciate that, man. That's nice of you. Um, okay. All right. Let's go pop through. I got a few minutes left, and I'm going to spend it popping through altcoins to see what in the mother trucker happened out there. Ada, come on with these drawing tools, man. Ada. Yeah, looks like an accumulation model. Looks like an accumulation model. God damn, it does. Looks similar to the accumulation model I was looking at on INJ. Do we still have that INJ? So let's do this. Let's split these charts. Let's bring in INJ. Let's see if I still have the labels on it. I do. Let's see if we can make any comparisons between the two of these. Okay, so PS is going to be, um, let's see. Ooh, no, we're missing this. We're missing this. Okay, so not a perfect accumulation model. Cool. Let's go back to single pane and let's just go back to Ada to subtract the multiplication. And let's see if there's anything that just screams on that chart of me that I am dying to talk about. What are we on? We're on the daily. Let's go ahead and hop right up to the weekly, not the monthly, the weekly. Uh, that's a weekly low. That's a weekly high. That's not a weekly close. That is a early indication that price wants to return to that high. Uh, yep, that's what I see on ADA. APT, I think we had some things we were looking at on this. Let's get those stupid little highlighters off of here. Kind of, we're going to see this over and over and over again. I guarantee you we're going to see this over and over and over again. Some manner of valid weekly low where the weekly is looking so far, it's only Tuesday, that it doesn't want to close below that, right? So that's APT, ARB. Um, ARB presents a little differently. What do we have on the lower time frames? Did that ever get tagged? No, it didn't. That's all right. Adam, let's jump back out to something like the daily. Does not look good. Does not look good. AVAX. Not looking as healthy as others. BNB. Well, ain't that something? It actually came down and mitigated that final demand. Not a great look, though. I mean, here's the best look on the BNB chart. The best look on the BNB chart, again, you'll see this common theme, is the failure, potential failure of this low. That looks more better to me. Cool. Boom. Okay, so it took out its week daily low. But like again, you go to the weekly chart. Is that going to want to SFP and take you all the way back up to the high? Quite possibly. Bonk, right? We're going to be just get used to it. We're going to be seeing this. We're going to be seeing failures as we go through these charts. We're going to be seeing failures, early signs of failures on these weekly lows. Um, what's another one that people tend to care about? Doge. Um, yep, same principle, guys. Same principle. Same principle. ETH. Haven't looked at that one in a while. Looks like hot garbage, but it basically is. It's basically in a similar stance to BTC. Really, here would be your strong weekly low. Um, doesn't look like a close below it to me. As a matter of fact, that is quite the gap to get back down there and close a bearish candle on the weekly. You need a 20% move from where price is at right now. Good luck on getting that to happen. FET finally came back down into its last section of demand right here. Now, it does have a weekly break in structure that it is still underneath. So it's in a little bit of a rougher spot than some of these other charts. We keep flying down the line here. Take a peek at H bar. H bar, yeah, looking so hot there, H bar. But let's see, did it manage to snipe like all the way down to this low? Give me more magnet. Come on, magnet. Let's go. Pretty much, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. So that's like almost monthly structure. Yeah, that's like monthly structure there. Um, so again, well, I guess on monthly structure, your low's actually down there, but it's not broken yet. And you do have initiation above this high. So monthly can still come all the way back. Sorry, I went a little too low to that. Monthly can still come all the way back to here and run up and maintain its bullish stance on the monthly. Yeah, and even though this low did not come below this low, I'm still going to say that that is a true. I'm still sticking to that statement. INJ, I think we already peaked at this one. I'm still looking at the potential of this being the spring, right? I'm still looking at the potential of this being the spring. Target for this would be minimum 100% movement up from where it's at. Um, yeah, still looking at that. I don't know, Jasmine. Don't think I particularly care to talk about this chart, but I will say that this is demand. And I will also say that it went over 50% of the way through it. And I will also say that on the weekly, it looks like we have another valid weekly low, lacking a weekly body close below it. Talking about these guys, this and this. Nobody cares about Joe. Link. People were asking about Link. Built a flowchart for it. Maybe go out to the 8 hour. Okay, so it has mitigated back down into its bear market range. This demand is going to take you up to supply. If we break this center section of supply, I think we're going to run this high. If we break this high, up to this high. If we break the next high, up to the next high, so on and so forth. If you have a link to my charts, this flow chart is in there. Anybody give a shit about anything else? OP, yeah. See, again. Looking like we want to fail lows. Looking like we want to fail lows. Is it going to happen? I don't know. I don't know if it's going to fail all these lows. I really don't. But I'm going to tell you, it's encouraging. I'm going to tell you that it's encouraging that we have the potential. Yep, it's encouraging. XRP. Um, so see, like XRP, I don't think has finished its move yet to the bottom, and it's working off the same kind of principle. But this is more of a range kind of a. This is more of a range look, wasn't it? More of a ranging kind of look. Yeah, yeah. I still think XRP is back down to the bottom. We didn't look at Sol. We should probably look at Sol. Oh, Casper, we should probably look at Casper because we haven't looked at Casper yet. So if I delete all this crap, you'll see that Sol did achieve the target I was looking for, and really that target was this guy. So it's welcome to fail this low and return back up to the high of the range now, as far as I'm concerned. Yes, is there resistance along the way? Sure, but all that resistance may just provide higher lows and higher highs. Hits resistance, higher low, higher high. Hits resistance, higher low, higher high. That's very possible for Sol. And Cass. I somehow skipped over Cass. And then we'll do some recap and I'll be out of here, right? So, ain't that something on Cass, right? I wanted to see Cass come all the way down here, and it may very well still do that. But nonetheless, we're seeing failure on a very similar low so far. So there we go. Um, all right. Sorry, I was rattling kind of fast there. It's rattling kind of fast. I'm gonna rewatch this stream on 2x speed and be like, "Whoa!" Sometimes I just gotta let it. I just gotta let it rip, though. In all reality, I've found that that's when I do my best TAs. When I just understand my basic principles that I use, and I don't overthink shit. I just look at the chart and I go, "Fuck it, that's what it reads." Um, that it's just helped me, guys. It's just helped me do that. Yeah, it definitely has. It's the same way that, like, I'm looking at the same candlesticks that you guys are looking at, okay? We don't have different ones unless you're using Heikin-Ashi or Nashi or whatever that stuff is, right? We're looking at the same candlesticks. If you think I see the candlesticks differently than you do, I'm going to attribute that to me not looking at, let me do the, let me do this, to me not looking at a chart that looks like this, right? Um, I've spent so much time just purely looking at candlesticks and not at the same time trying to look at all this other information that I don't know. I mean, me and candlesticks, we just rock. I don't. My brain is not being polluted with all kinds of other stuff that I have to consider in addition to candlesticks. No, 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 no. One piece of information. Give me this. Let me understand this completely. That's just me. That's just my MO. Yeah, I know, Aaron. It was super fast, but there was there's a lot of stuff that it's been a wild last 4 days, and I can't sit on here much longer. I got to go. So I wanted to just get as much as much out as I could. I just wanted to get as much out as I could. Um, all right. uh, Sweet. Let's see if anybody has any questions or anything. Because I'm calling it. I gotta hit the road in 10 minutes. Appreciate the kind comments. I'm glad you thought it was an amazing live. I enjoyed myself doing it. Yeah, rewatch it on point five. Now, see, we kind of I'm going to recap on I'm going to do the recapping on BTC. I'm going to do the recapping on BTC, and I'm sorry this is going to be fast as well. We have external market structure along this leg that we have not broken yet. We have not broken that yet, but we have achieved the overall discount setting of price, right? And by discount setting of price, I'm just simply referring to, if we look at this as a range from this high to this low right here, this one right here, and we just put on a simple fib that only displays 100%, 25%, 75%, 50%. We are in the discount of the range. When we achieve the discount of the range, price likes to gain bullish momentum fast. But we still have not broken external structure over here, so we may still be able to short back down to this low or lower. That's possible. But so this is technically speaking, all this over here is external two. This is external three. Why do I say that? Because on the monthly chart, you still have, this is where you find your external one structure. That's your external one structure. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. That's just going to mess people up. Um, so yeah, we're looking for. God, there's too much. I can't. I don't think I can recap everything I said on BTC. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it inside of no, it'd take me too long. Go back and watch the beginning of the stream. That's when I did all the BTC stuff. Okay, but the reason I was trying to mention all that is because we were talking about the fact that we have not broke this external leg, but we are still allowed to trade the structure of this leg, the structure of this leg flowing in this manner, right? Um, because we have now touched this high, if we come back and we break this low, right? So we touch this high and we're not wanting to clear about, right? So if we come back and we break this low, then this will be demand, or I'm sorry, this will be supply. And there's a potential for this. It's not printed on the chart yet. It's just the only thing immediately that I see that could sort of change some of this stuff. But we have alerts set here for a potential long back up into supply. We have alerts set here for a potential short back down to the low of the range. And I don't have an alert at the low of the range, so let's fix that now. Let's call this the low. Once per bar, boom. We have an alert if price were to achieve back down to here for a long back up to wherever this, if this short works, yeah, wherever that high forms, that's the target for this guy. That's my BTC recap. Well, it's an impartial one, but it's what I have for you. Can I answer yen? Seymour, I thought we talked about yen, bro. Yen is still in yen has not broke its external structure. It's still in a generally bullish presentation, USDJPY, providing I'm actually looking at the right chart. Providing I'm actually looking at the right chart. So what you do have is you do have a break on the daily, which could be the first sign that you're going to break the weekly, but you have not broke the weekly yet. Okay, you can't break the weekly until here. And this is demand. And price is allowed to come up here, break this, and return all the way to this point and maintain its bullish stance on the weekly. So you do have a daily break, and you broke that low. So does that mean you're going to break that low and actually take out your weekly market structure? Possible, yes. But so far, all you have is an overextended, you have a break on the daily and a large overextension of price, is the way I see it. I think it's due for some manner of retracement before it breaks that, if it were to break it. But it's still on the weekly market structure. It is bullish, and if we look at this through the same lens that I was looking at BTC, and we say if this is a range of price, well then it is in the discount setting, and the premium setting is clear up here. All right, cool. Sweet man, I'm gonna hit the road, guys. Good luck out there. Um, I will, for anybody who didn't read my post yesterday in my channel, I will I, I will encourage everybody to use a lot of caution down here. I had, and why am I saying this? Why am I saying this? I'm gonna say it because of this reason. I personally had a hell of a time trading right here. I personally didn't. I had a little bit of a hell of a time trading right there. I do not see this as being any different. I don't particularly think that this is going to be a super easy place to trade for me. Um, it's just very volatile down here. That is a 20% gap between, um, it's a 20% gap between the low and the first point of supply. That is volatility at its best right there. So be careful out there. Okay, cool. That's a great question that you have, Reapers. He says, Brew, different charts have minor changes. For an example, I see the Bybit chart, 15-minute SFP, but the Coinbase close above. What chart do you use? For leverage trading, I only use the Bybit perpetual future um, contract or chart and the Binance perpetual futures for USDT. USDT perpetual contract on Binance and the USDT perpetual contracts on Binance or Bybit and Binance. This ticker on Bybit or Binance. Um, those are the only ones I will use. The only time in which that Coinbase chart came in handy for me. Somebody asked for this a little while ago, so we're going to go take another look at it. This wick right here, this is the only time that the Coinbase chart was ever really handy to me. This is a proper accumulation model, but only if you look at it on the Coinbase chart, because this initial low here was not taken on the perpetual futures charts. It was not taken there, but it was taken on Coinbase. And I attribute that to Coinbase being the custody holder for BlackRock. So, really and truly, when it comes to, yeah, like smaller, this was pretty relevant for spot for like big. I don't know. Here's the deal, bro. I use the Binance and the Bybit charts. That's what I use. That's what I use. You said Tino would be proud. That's cool. That's nice of you. I don't have any disrespect for Tino at all. I don't I don't I don't get to be honest. I try and catch a lot of Alex's streams. I have mad respect for Alex. I watch his streams, and yeah, that's about it. That's about it. That's about all I watch. Yep, yep, sure is. There's a couple other guys that do some private streaming that I will peek at from time to time. Though a lot of times they don't really stream until 5 p.m. And by that time, all my TA is done. Um, or the other one streams at like midnight my time, and I'm sleeping then. So, but whatever. Yeah, I'll take that as a compliment that Tino would be proud because he has the back the candles. And people like the Zabaklas. Okay, this is exactly the moment in which I said I was going to stop streaming. So Brewberry is out of here, man. You guys have a